Hola a todos mis coprolitos y coprolitas y bienvenidos a este vuestro canal Marco Snake Gameplays y Cachondeos. Habla Marco Snake. Un saludito. Bueno, hoy vamos a hacer una partidita a Disco Elysium. La primera partida son partidas random. Voy a explicar un poco el funcionamiento. Esto va un poco de elegir. Te dan varias opciones y eliges, y según eliges pues el juego va transcurriendo de una manera o de otra. Así que yo ahora en esta mesa tengo un dado, no sé si lo podéis oír. Tengo un dado y con este dado elegiremos las opciones. Según sean las opciones, son 3 opciones, pues del 1 al 3, según el dado elija. Y ya de 4 a 6, pues repetimos. Si son 5 opciones, del 1 al 5 y así. De todas maneras os iré diciendo las tiradas. Así que vamos a empezar nueva partida. Y así que disfrutar si os gustan los juegos de la locura. Os leeré lo que nos pone, pero es una locura, ya lo veréis. Tenemos 3 y un personalizado. Así que tenemos 3. Del 1 al 3, de izquierda a derecha, elegimos lo que nos salga. 4. ¿Ves? Como es 1, 2 y 3. Son los 3 primeros. 4, 5 y 6 volvemos a tirar. Nos tiene que salir 1, 2 o 3. Nos sale el 3, así que somos brutos. Muy bruto. Interactúa con el mundo mediante la fuerza física. Es eficaz, pero más tonto que una piedra. Pues vale. De puta madre. Las furias habitan en el espejo, en su morada. Pues hasta el agua más clara, si es lo bastante profunda, puede ahogar. No existe nada, tan solo una negrura primordial y cálida. De coincidencia
no larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore.
Voy a dejar que lo leáis vosotros, así que me callo. Hasta que me toque tirar dado.
Never, ever.
Tenemos 2 elecciones, 1 o 2, así que tiramos dado 1 o 2. Si no, volvemos a tirar. Un 4, un 5, un 6, un 2. Continuar inexistiendo.
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
Ahora tiramos de 1 a 3. 3.
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful. A ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
Tenemos 2 opciones, 1, 2. Nos sale un 4, un 2.
Ex-love, ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyss of pelagic zone.
Tenemos el 1 y el 2. Y nos sale un 6 y un 2. No, quiero bajarme ya.
Do you really?
Tenemos un 1 y un 2. Sacamos un 1.
All right. Nothing down to fuck all, borough.
Tenemos 3 ahora. Un 5. Un 6. No me vale. Un 2 sí.
Great choice, Elder One. It has always been like this, and it always will.
Un 1, un 2. Un 3. No. 3 tampoco. 5, 4, 6. Ha caído al suelo, pero es un 3. 4, 6. Uy, 6 otra vez. Madre mía. Vamos a comer los bajos. 3, 2.
Do you really?
1, 2. Madre mía. 1.
The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the soul, bloated man meet around you. A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
Tenemos 2 selecciones, así que vale, dado un 6, un 3, un 1.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache.
Tenemos 2 selecciones otra vez, así que un 2.
A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
No me jodas. ¿Soy un demonio? Ahí en Gallubos. Pero en pecho. Ahora que tenemos aquí.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Hot water sprays from the base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor.
1, 2 y 3. Y un 2.
As you slowly reach your hand towards a bolt, you clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
1, 2 y 3. 3. Está cerrado.
This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A
Tenemos
truly
4.
horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades.
y 4. Nos vamos. Bueno, nos faltan los pantalones. Tengo un zapato.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
Tenemos 3. 1.
The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some war-torn buildings.
Otra vez 3.
What do you mean, assess the damage?
Oh,
How would you do that? What are you even trying to do? The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some
espalda.
war-torn buildings.
¿Qué nos vamos? Nos vamos a calmar de aquí. Vale, me faltan los pantalones. Oh yeah.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says whirling in rags on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
Vamos a ver. Ya camina mejor. Esto no puedo abrir. Vale.
There they both are. 2 identical shoes. Both copiously green and indescribably snakeskin. Reunited on your feet.
10 de experiencia nos han dado. Y vamos a tirar el dado. 2.
Go ahead. Just as long as you don't discard those crocodile babies.
Hello, officer.
Vamos a ver con esta muchacha.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28.
O 2. 4. 1.
No.
1, 2. 2.
Because you're a police officer, sir.
1, 2 y 3. 3.
Okay, cool. I won't.
1 y 2. 1, 2.
First, I have to ask. Are you okay, sir? You look like you're about to throw up. Can I bring...
She's right. Something wants to come out through your mouth. But you can keep it down because your body does not control you.
1 y 2. 1.
Sir, you've been here for 3 days. On official police business, as you put it. Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
1, 2, 3, 4. No serán 2.
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
Otra vez. 3.
The words have already left your mouth.
What was that? That's not even how words are used. What did you say? Come on, say it again.
1, 2. 1, 2.
Come on, man. Pretty, please. One more time.
1, 2. Interesante esta conversación.
Goddamn right you did. You crazy asshole, you. What kind of cop are you?
1, 2, 3, 4. Un 5, ¿no? Un 2.
Okay, that's cool. Or if I can just maybe ask you to elaborate on that superstardom a tiny bit.
1 o un 2. Un 2.
I have certainly been entertained. Thank you. Whatever you are, you should stick to it. Otherwise, it's gonna suck for you later when you have to interrogate me. And for the record, no, I didn't do it.
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit
1,
out
2 y
of it.
3. Joder. 2. Soy fumador.
Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma? You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy, succulent, seductive cigarette stub, still smoldering deliciously.
Me he roto por el filtro.
How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that. A carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied. Then smoke them all.
5. Y saco un 4.
Good. They'll make you stronger and better. You're too old to be cool now. But find cigarettes, smoke them, blam. Plus, smoking them gives massive bonuses.
Podemos llamar a la puerta esta. ¿La jugamos? Va.
The door is closed.
1, 2 y 3. 1.
This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside. As you hold the metal, you sense the warmth left there by her hand.
1, 2 y 3. 3. Me voy. Bajamos escaleras. Pa, pa, para, pa, pa. Entramos aquí.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul.
Del 1 al 5. Un 2.
Exactly. It's measured, level-headed, and it needs to be heard. Through a PA system. By other people. Whether they like it or not. Ram it up their ears, says your adrenaline gland. Violently express
1, 2
yourself.
y 3. 1.
Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes, sounds likely. You should probably go on stage and pose for a moment when you're done with this thought. See if it
1,
works.
2 y 3. 2.
You should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was obvious.
1, 2.
Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic. You would need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed.
A ver. Acuérdame bien. Fumar tabaco. Vamos a hablar con este personaje, a ver.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter,
1, 2,
inspecting
3.
a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again.
2.
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
He's
Vale.
very animated all of a sudden. This seems like a touchy subject.
1, 2, 3. Otro 2.
That period of my life is over. Not everyone who stands behind a counter is a bartender, okay? I'm the cafeteria manager.
1, 2. 2.
Mm-hmm.
1, 1, 3. Será un 3. Y le dejamos en paz.
A colorful piece of plastic is dangling from his carabiner. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
1, 2, 3, 4. 2.
It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young, able-bodied man stares back at you from the photo. Santiago S. John.
1, 2, 3, 4. Y 5. Hay 5, hay 5. Un 6. Un 2. El 2 no vale, que ya lo he hecho. 1.
The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait. Use magnesium to heal your morale if you have morale damage.
Dos, 3, 4. 1, ¿no? 4. ¿Con quién hablo primero?
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white rectangles as on your blazer.
1, 2. Joder. 2.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he is waiting for your name.
3. Sacamos un 2. No jodas.
Rafael Ambrosius Gusto.
4. Un 5. Un 4.
Yes, well. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
1, 2, 3. 1.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
1, 2, 3, 4. 6. 5. 2.
At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice.
1, 3, 4. 2. 3.
Good. But even if you haven't, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Del 1 al 5. 6. 4.
So, the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice.
where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking.
What a shame. Get to it now. Rip that body down from the tree.
Del 1 al 6. Oh, la primera vez que llegamos a 6 selecciones. A ver qué nos sale. Ahora no podemos fallar. Un 5. ¿Qué decías que teníamos
Talk
que
to the
hacer?
manager. Then we go out back and take the body down.
Del 1 al 6 menos el 5. Un 3.
I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the citizens' militia on your sleeve and on your back. I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General.
1, 2 o 3. 2.
Yes. They are not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Ravachol West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job. You mean you don't have a badge?
1 o 2.
Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I would advise you to locate it as quickly as possible. But getting the body down should still take precedence.
Del 1 al 6. Sin el 3 y sin el 5. Un 4. Este sí.
I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern.
A painkiller would be good about now. This thing is pulsating with discomfort. The best cure for a headache is, of course, morphine. They won't have that. So cigarettes will have to do.
1, 2 o 6. 6.
After you, officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns.
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
Del 1 al 4. 1.
What?
Del 1 al 3.
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you who placed the call, yes?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
This sounds like something you can use to call this Sylvie later.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No. I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective,
Vamos a ver, 1, 2 y 3. 4, ¿no? 1.
I have everything. You?
1, 2. 1, 2.
The body was behind the building, right? How do we get there?
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there.
And how do we get there?
See that door there? Go out and turn right. There's a big hole in the fence. No need for a key. Just go through that hole and you'll be in the courtyard.
Let's go.
Oh, más 30.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
Un, dos, tres.
Oh, you don't owe me shit. Well, officer, you're right. You don't owe me shit. You owe me money.
We do not need to assert ourselves here. We only need instructions from him. This is the proprietor, remember?
1, 2 y 3. 1.
But you see, he didn't.
You know, I get this all the time. Some hobo comes in here or some backpacking arsehole off the boat. The next day, when they can't make their fees, they get aggressive. I just never thought I'd be in this shit with a cop. Please, just give me the money.
1, 2 y 3. 2.
What are you, brain damaged?
1, 2 y 3. Un 3.
Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room or 8 bottles of potent blend and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really.
He hecho mal gasto. Madre mía. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
For survival, to pay me. Unless you want to become a hobo. Do you want to become a hobo? There's nowhere else to stay in Martinez, and it's a cold spring outside. Money doesn't make you happy, but it lets you be unhappy for a while longer. If you run out of money, you die. It's like that for all of us. Me too. That's why I need you to pay me. I'm not an asshole.
1, 3, 4.
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber.
1, 3, 4.
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then...
Officer, maybe you are better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Un 3.
Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them, ask for assistance. We have to get this investigation started now.
Good luck.
Paga este oficio.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, And this place sure isn't it.
1, 2. Joder. 1.
But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to
1,
be
2, 3.
somewhere.
2.
In time or space?
1, 2, 3. Me encantan los dados. 1.
That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
1 o 2. 1.
You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear.
Lógico.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet.
1, 2. 1.
In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and a scent of leatherwork and heavy fuel oils washes over you.
Del 1 al 6. 6.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not...
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
Yes?
5. 4.
Excuse me?
Del 1 al 3.
Detective, if I may be frank, you seem to be in a deranged state. You have trouble remembering things. You've misplaced your badge. I cannot let you act in the name of the RCM without supervision until you've regained control of your faculties.
1, 2.
Some you time? This is a police investigation, not a journey of self-discovery. You'll still have your evenings to yourself. Please do. We wouldn't want your regiment to spill over into the investigation.
5 menos el 4.
Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation.
1, 2, 3.
That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Good. Let's change the subject.
1, 2 o 5.
What do you want to know?
1, 2, 3, 4.
No, it's not a particularly mysterious case.
1, 2.
The lieutenant adjusts his collar. It doesn't look like he wants the case to be more mysterious.
1, 3, 4. 2 ya la tengo. 6 no. Joder con el 2. 3.
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition. You don't know? I assumed you were in on it.
1, 2 o 3. Un 3.
It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim.
1 y 2.
Later. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case?
1 o 3.
Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit. Do you want me to brief you?
1 o 2.
There's no reason to wing anything. If you didn't get the brief, that's okay. I did. 3 days ago, the RCM emergencies desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
1 o 2.
They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that.
Del 1 al 4. 2.
Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer.
1 o 3.
Good.
1, 2 o 5.
This Postlavantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer, a faint sticker on the side reads, RCM Emergencies Desk number 8102, with a slogan, Mankind, be vigilant.
1, 2 o 3. 3, 9. Bueno, pues creo que vamos a dejarlo aquí por hoy. Así que nada más. Chicos, saludos cordiales, abrazos virtuales y nos vemos en los bares. Chao.